What's going on, guys? Welcome to Dime Dropper, episode 58 of our 24-minute recaps. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe on all platforms at YouTube at Dime Dropper Podcast. Make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Follow us on Spotify, and of course, to subscribe on all social media platforms or follow us on all social media platforms at Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Dime Dropper Pod. Posted a new TikTok today just making fun of Glenn Rivers. So for today's episode, we're going to be talking about the Lakers and the Timberwolves, their third matchup of the season that just finished off here in LA. And we will also be talking about the Celtics Jazz game that occurred right before. And then we'll briefly be talking about the Wizards, another one of our dime dropper teams last night, falling to the Bucks, and then the Suns bouncing back against Memphis. So let's start out with the Lakers, tier one of our dime dropper teams, part of the normally scheduled routine. They're playing against the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight. Of course, no D'Angelo Russell. He's been out for a long time. No Marc Gasol, no Anthony Davis. Damian Jones started in place of Marc Gasol, and I thought he was pretty good. He was active. He was on crashed the offensive glass, had a nice putback dunk in the first half. He finished the game 3-3, but he only played 17 minutes at 8 points. Thing with the Lakers was, though, they came out very complacent in the first quarter. They were not communicating on D, a couple blown rotations, careless with the ball, a lot of turnovers. And I love the way Karl Anthony Towns was playing in the first half, just in general in the game. This is one of my favorite games I've seen him play in a long time because he was actually posting up. He was getting the ball, demanding the ball on that mid-post area against Damian Jones. He was getting double-teamed, and you saw guys benefiting off of this. You saw Ricky Rubio hit a couple of threes, and he looked more like the Ricky Rubio that I knew before this season. And a couple of times, Dennis Schroeder uncharacteristically just got beat off the bounce, and that was just rare because Dennis has been such a great defender this season. By the way, if you're on the YouTube and you're seeing the title of this video, thank you for being here. I'm actually, I trolled with the title of the video. I just talk about the Lakers on a game-to-game basis and the Clippers. So if you're an LA sports fan, hit the subscribe button. But anyway, back to the episode. Anyway, Dennis Schroeder, little uncharacteristic, getting blown by earlier in the game. And then Anthony Edwards, who I really have seen some maturation since the beginning of the season when we were covering him, when the Timberwolves were a dime dropper team once upon a time when we were following them regularly for about 4 games. And the injury bug just completely killed their whole season. But Anthony Edwards has gotten better finishing around the rim. His confidence has continued to improve, and he's starting to learn modern pick-and-roll basketball. And he came off some screens and really attacked the rim nicely, got fouled a couple of times, was 4 of 6 from the line. And I thought the Lakers were struggling a little bit with that. LeBron was doing a good job just trying to get everybody going. And sometimes it's like, I like when LeBron just is okay giving up the ball, just pushing it up the floor, not trying to just dribble around and just create everything by himself. I think it's much more beneficial. Except sometimes it's like you want LeBron to turned up a notch with the scoring. That's exactly what he did in the second half. I want to say, though, even though the Lakers were only up by a single digit after one, and the second quarter, each team scored 40 points. Laker defense was just not very existent in that first half. But Markieff Morris, I thought he gave a really nice spark to the Lakers. Putbacks, corner three, he hit one of them. He was just active, and the Lakers did a good job of running. And Kyle Kuzma, another solid performance from him tonight. He finished with 16 points on 7 of 12. In the half court, he was very quiet. It was just like the only shots he hit were two corner threes, spot-up threes. I think LeBron assisted on both. I know he assisted on one. But most of his points came with just, running the floor, transition points, effort points. And that's what Kuz is starting to turn into. He's starting to turn into a guy that's going to get some points just by working hard, just by being around the basket, the Montrader kind of points. And Montrader, I can't stand the guy, but, oh, man. He has been fantastic lately. He's been on a tear. He's been playing the same way you saw him play last year with the Clips when Paul George was out. Next man up mentality. He's more than capable of carrying that scoring load. He is always trying to punish people down low. And, he had some nice moves today. That one dribble left, spin over the right shoulder for the layup. He loves going right into the contact. He loves the contact. That's one thing I did enjoy about him when he was with us. And some hard dunks. And there was one rebound in the second half where there was like 3 Minnesota Timberwolves around him, and he just wanted it more. And a couple possessions in a row where LeBron hit him with those pocket passes. There was no rotation from the Wolves. They really just started fizzing out. Anthony Edwards was very impressive, but the Wolves just started fizzing out. When the Lakers turned up their pressure on defense a little bit in that second half, Dennis Schroeder was better. A lot. He had some nice moments where he helped, recovered, closed out well, took a nice charge. LeBron had some decent moments defensively, like that nice block against Jake Layman. I thought that LeBron's aggressiveness in the second half was better. He just had a solid night. It's some nice contested threes over 7-foot Karl-Anthony Towns. So impressive from LeBron. But also, again, he loves his garbage time points, man. He loves padding them stats. Those garbage time points. He did that in the 2014 finals too. Go check back that out. I forgot about that, so I went back and watched it. But LeBron with another great performance. He's so one step ahead of teams like the Timberwolves with a bunch of young players. His reads are just, he sees things before they happen, and he gets everybody good shots. And I think that the Lakers, overall, just a very good performance. THT, I thought, was a huge bright spot, especially in that second quarter. He was getting to the basket, beating the initial man, coming off screens. Teams were in drop coverage. THT, he isn't a shooter, but when he's getting downhill, a lot of times, if you're the guy that's guarding THT and you're going off a screen, you need to get level with him because he will explode to the rim. He is very good finishing with his right hand. I've noticed his left hand can be a weakness, but man, he has some fantastic finishes with that right hand on the left side, like reverses. Today he had one where he kind of backhanded it off the glass. He's very, he's got a nice little skill set. And on the drive, he makes some really nice passes, wraparound passes, drop-off passes. LeBron and him did a really good job of finding guys with that tonight. And I thought that the Lakers, just a typical day at the office, just second half, they turned it up. THT, 16.7 rebounds and 4 assists and 0 turnovers. I've called him Taylor Horton turnover as a joke at times this season because he can be careless with the ball, but he was fantastic. 6 of 9 from the field, 16 points. Montrader, 25 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists on 11 of 16. Another day at the office for him. It's really the Laker bench that killed it tonight. Kuzma, 16, Montrader, 25, and THT, 16. KCP, a little better. He had some moments where Anthony Edwards caught him off ball, like just moving without the ball, and KCP was a step behind. LeBron, 25, 12, and 12, another triple-double. 4 turnovers, but overall, 8 of 14, 4 of 7 from 3. His 3-ball was on, and he was just in control of the game. So the Lakers outscore the Minnesota Timberwolves 66-51 in the second half. They move on to 27-13, 3 wins in a row following the All-Star break. The Lakers are starting to really hit their stride here and maybe make a push for that number 1 seed. We'll see. Obviously, these are easy teams, but they got some tougher games coming up. Let's see. They got the Charlotte Hornets next. They've been on a tear. Actually, no, not a tear. But they're an exciting team that can sneak up on you, and they've been playing very good basketball of late. And not to mention, they haven't played the Lakers this season, so it'll be an interesting matchup. Wolves fall to 9-31, so I did like the performance from Karl-Anthony Towns. Not so much in the second half, though. 29 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 of 8 from 3. Slightly too many attempts. I know he's a great shooter, but I like what he was getting in the post. Anthony Edwards, 11 of 22, 29 points. Ricky Rubio was good too. Other than that, though, not much going on for this team offensively. Let's move on to the Jazz and Celtics. Apologies to the Celtics fans. I did not get to watch I didn't get to watch the first half of this game, but I did get to watch the second, and I liked the things I was seeing from Boston defensively. I thought that their energy was really good. I thought that Marcus Smart was putting pressure on the ball handlers. The Jazz are going to run a lot of high pick and rolls with Conley, with Donovan, and he was forcing some offensive fouls. But my thing is this, I'm not the type to blame officials, but the free throw disparity was very questionable. The Jazz shot 24 free throws. The Celtics only shot 4. And the Celtics shot less than 33s, which is very unusual for them. And they didn't really get rewarded. I think there was a record set that there was no team that, I think it was something like no team that got 18 or more fouls and only shot 4 free throws or something along those lines. And it's just, that was tough, but excuses aside or refs aside, and by the way, I don't hear those Jazz players crying about the refs. Jesus Christ, because it seems like everybody that complains these days, the refs just start sucking them off. But, I thought that Jason Tatum and Jalen were doing a really good job of staying aggressive. Jaylen Brown was getting to the rim. One of the and ones was his. He made a tough 3 over Rudy Gobert. I think it was in the fourth quarter when the Jazz starting to push up their lead a little bit. And I just think that the Celtics – it was really just they just don't get enough from other guys compared to the usual selves where they go ISO ball. A lot of them from other guys compared to the usual selves where they go ISO ball. A lot of them, a lot of Kemba pick and roll, one switch, kind of like the kind of bad shot and nobody else moves. But I think Jalen get the ball and they were creating some turnovers. Like they trapped Donovan at half court. The Time Lord and Tatum got a turnover and cut the game down to like 1. But, a big play at the end of the game. The Celtics were on 3. Marcus Smart wide open for 3 because Jason Tatum, he was coming off those screens. When they were giving him a mid-range, he was pulling back at a step back, hitting Joe Ingles with that. And he was also getting to the basket. And when he got to the basket, defense collapsed. He found Marcus Smart for a wide open 3. He did not make it. And then Donovan Mitchell made him pay. And you hear Brad talked about it after the game. He said, we don't make teams pay enough as much as we should. The Utah Jazz turned the ball over 15 times. The Celtics turned the ball over 13 times. But the Jazz, I guess, they only beat them by 2 in the points off turnovers disparity, 20-18. But overall, the Jazz made 9 more threes. They're just a much better three-point shooting team than the Celtics. And that's really what it comes down to for me with the Celtics is they just need to make a move for somebody that can give them offensive lift off the bench. Marcus Smart is great. But, Jason Tatum, an efficient 29-point outing tonight, 12 of 24 from the field and 4 of 7 from 3. And then JB with 28 points on 12 of 21. But they still, and, you got Kemba with 16, 7 of 16. Maybe he should make 1 or 2 more shots. But is that really the problem? Daniel Tice had 15, 11, and 6. 11 rebounds, 6 assists. 7 of 13 from the field. We didn't see Tristan Thompson tonight at all. We saw the Time Lord, 14 points, 9 rebounds, 7 of 10. Peyton Pritchard has really slowed down, which is very disappointing. I don't want him to lose his confidence. Marcus Smart was 2 of 10. He did not have a good night shooting the ball. And against a team like the Jazz, you're going to need all 4 of your creators, Kemba, Jalen, Tatum, and Smart, to play well, unless somebody else picks up the slack. And let's look at let's calculate it right now. Semi Ojeleye, donut. Grant Williams, 2 points. Time Lord, 14. Marcus Smart, 5. So, you have there's Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown combined for 57 points between the 2 of them. You plus add 15 to that with So this Jazz scored first here in this first game. And these first 2 games, first 2 losses they've had since the break. That was the Nets and the what was the team tonight? The Jazz. So tough one for the Celtics. They dropped to 2019. The Jazz move on to 29-10. Not too much standout performance. I guess Go Bitch was good. Big shot when it counted to put the 6. And Jingles, 14 points, 5 rebounds on 5 of 9. So that's it for tonight's game. Let's briefly go over the Bucks and the Wizards. So the Wizards are a dime dropper team. Guys, Bradley Beal sat out the other night alongside Davis Bertans. They immediately played the night after, or I don't know if it was, I think it was exactly the night after. And just missed games like that. He really started to pick it up, just attacking and creating for others. The Bucks had a tough time with Giannis. The reason why it was because in the beginning of the game, the Bucks were making the Wizards pay. And you know that in today's NBA, you just can't guard Giannis one-on-one straight up. You need to throw multiple again. Every game he plays on shoulder. Chris Middleton also was hitting some threes, and Brook Lopez was really good around the basket, which was making the Wizards, they're not a good defensive team already, making their job tough. And I thought that, they were trying the Wiz, but there was a lot of defensive liabilities out there. Alex Len, I don't know why Mo Wagner didn't play. Again, Scott Brooks has been needed to go. How long have we been saying this at this point? He doesn't learn. Mo Wagner has been the best the best big for the Wizards this season. And Alex Len just could not move at all. And then, what's his name? Davis Bertans couldn't move at all. The only reason he stayed out there is because he hit 3 threes, 3 out of 5, 9 points. Denny Avdia, I liked what I saw from Denny. He was 11.6 rebounds, +8. I still want different kinds of touches. Robin Lopez, 9 minutes he played, 9 minutes too many. He was slow as molasses. Can't get out to anywhere. Just cannot move. And then Raul Neto, didn't really like what he brought to the table in this game. Not good enough defensively for me. Russell Westbrook had a cold spell. Bradley Beal started out the first half poorly, but then when the Bucks went up by like 20 points because Giannis was eating, Bradley Beal stepped it up and he started getting off. And man, that guy, he just knows how to score. He was getting to the rim, hitting his threes, 3-level scorer, but which showed me that he wasn't injured at all. And then Westbrook started picking it up. The Wizards made a run, but the Bucks just proved to be a bit too much. They got a good help from Bobby Portis off the bench with 13 points, but Giannis just did not quit. Chris Middleton, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 9 of 22 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3. Drew Holiday is part of the reason why Beal had a slower first half. Good defense. 15 points for him, 6 of 14 from the field, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. It was pretty quiet offensively, to be fair. Brook Lopez had a good game, 22 points on 6 of 7 from the field, 8 of 12 from the field. I'm sorry, 6 rebounds. I'm sorry, let me rephrase. Brook Lopez had 22 points, 7 boards, 2 assists, 4 blocks, though. And he was 8 of 12 from the field and 0 of 3 from 3. So all 2s for Brook. And he was 8 of 9 from 2. So a very solid game for him. DiVincenzo with 12 on 5 of 8 from the field and 2 of 5 from 3. He also had 7 rebounds and 6 assists to go along with it. Rui Hachimura, a good game for him. I liked it. 9 of 18, 22 points. Westbrook did a great job getting his teammates involved. But, man, he was a minus 20 in this 39 minutes. 23 points, 5 rebounds, 17 assists. I thought that he had some great finds. I thought that he took he was 3 of 6 from 3, so I guess that's cool. 8 of 19 from the field overall. I just thought that at times his defense was a little here's the thing about the Wizards, and this is why I think they lost the game, is when the Bucks made the run, it was kind of like what we saw with the Clippers advanced to 25 show. The Devin Crowder was awesome, doing the little thing. Ayton, much better. Got the ball a little more. I liked it. I liked his activity. 15 points, 6 of 9 from the field. Chris Paul, 18.7, 13 points off the bench. Big help, hitting threes, getting in the lane, and getting to the basket. All right, that's it for me tonight, guys. A little bit short of the 24 minutes. Thanks for joining me. Let me know what you think of the recap, episode number 58. Now we go to the live chat and subscribers. Peace. Was the lag that bad, man? Ha ha, fun title. Roman, you should laugh at yourself for the fact that you took it seriously. Oh yeah, guys, if you want to join, Gus Williams is hella underrated. If you want to join the, I guess we're having a March Madness group. Seth created it. Dime Dropper Pod Tourney on ESPN. Submit your brackets. Let's just have fun with it, I guess. And you never know. Maybe somebody has a perfect bracket. Dime Dropper Pod Tourney on ESPN. So I guess tomorrow I'll be filling out my bracket. Sorry about the lag, guys. Sorry about the lag. I just got my Wi-Fi fixed today, but shit, I'm gonna tell my dad that was ass. But guys, I clickbaited the title. I want to see if random Laker fans will join the video and actually listen to me speak facts about the Lakers and be a Clipper fan that's not biased. I did it on purpose. Is there actually a password? No, but I don't watch much college basketball either. I haven't watched much this season at all, so I'm just gonna freaking throw my predictions out there. Do like minimal studying. Tomorrow, I'm gonna have a college basketball correspondent on the podcast. Whenever I'm going down. Wait, timeout. This man just said we are going to get number 5 there. Who's we? And he? Fanboys are not allowed. Peace. Oh, LeBron James? I don't like him in my life. Anyway. I do. I've always said the Lakers would be the best team. I always have said the Lakers are the best team in the league. Oh, look, it's Salty Little Beast TV. Huffing and puffing to nobody that cares. But yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, so the other content for the other teams is going to be toned down. I want to really do some March Madness stuff. I know I don't know as much about college, but if we're going to talk about, I'm going to watch some games. I'm going to talk about it, and then, or maybe I'll briefly talk about it and just talk about the Lakers, the Clippers, and keep the recap shorter. Maybe. But I'm going to have a college basketball correspondent tomorrow, one of our previous guests making his second appearance. So to talk about the tournament. So I'm excited. 100 views. That's nothing. Jay wanted to know what do you mean Jay wanted to know? Are you guys like homies in real life? What team has surprised you most so far? Definitely the Knicks in the East, and in the West, the Spurs. I did not see that Pelicans choke job. I was watching the Lakers. How many dime dropper teams are there? Go check out my initial video that I made announcing it, but I can just try to rattle them off for you. Lakers, Clippers, and Celtics are tier number 1 because they're all the places I lived. And then the Suns, the Warriors, the Wizards, the Hawks, and the Nets are 5 other ones. No, I'm not mad that Montrader is playing well in a Laker uniform because I expected him to play well in a Laker uniform in the regular season because he played great for us in the regular season. It's not where I'm concerned. Be quiet, Beast TV. No one wants to listen to you. Yeah, I agree with that. If Embiid is healthy come playoff time, the Nets might choke. Dominic Kirante. What Clipper fan has said that the Clippers are better than the Lakers in this video? You tell me. You're talking to nobody. No, you should definitely not shut down Anthony Davis before you need to get him back in rhythm before the playoffs. You can't just throw him in the playoffs. Can't do that. No one's mad about anything. You think Trez could play well in the postseason since AD can counter his defensive flaws? AD can't counter his defensive flaws. AD can't morph into his body. I don't know what you mean by that. Like, AD can't take – I mean, I know he covers a lot of ground, but, like, you got to give something up in today's day and age with Montre. If he can't guard himself. You got to guard for yourself. You can't have people just completely bail you out. I mean, yes, it helps when you have a guard guarding the pick and roll or a rotator, but I don't know. Splice TV, answer in the DMs if you want that answer. Or hit me in the DMs if you want that answer. If Kevin Durant can guard AD, that shows that AD is really not all that. Seriously. Do you eat cake time? You're a funny guy. No one can stop Trez. All right, we'll see about that. Only 3 rings, though? Who has only 3 rings, though? Oh, LeBron? I feel. Bigger, faster, stronger. You're right. Gabe Galoff. We got to have you on this week or next week. Within the next 2 weeks, we got to have you on. I figured out how to do the Zooms and stuff, so we got to talk about bigger, stronger, faster. We got to hear from a bodybuilder, guys. You don't hear about that bigger, strong. How about that myth I talked about? Is the NBA getting better and better? If you haven't watched that video, go watch it, guys. 1,100 views and counting. Get my part 2 to 1,000 views. Suns are not a legit contender for a actual championship. They're a contender for a potential conference finals appearance, but I doubt that. I think they're a second-round team. Intel, I just unblocked him, so he can come back. Yeah, Faker fans do suck. A lot of them, but not as bad as Bronsexuals. They're the worst. They ruin basketball every single day. That they breathe air. Yeah, LeBron be like, regular season game is boring. That's facts. Do you think Harold of Montrez is one of the best finishers in the league? He is. 100% is one of the best finishers in the league. But man, in the bubble, he was not there. Favorite. I was not a fan of the Lakers. I was never a fan of the Lakers. I'm just wasn't a hater of the Lakers. I'm just a hater of this rendition. But I guess when you talk about when I was a kid, I guess 09 is my favorite. But like, I don't really root for them. No, they're not, Raid. I totally disagree with you. LeBron haters are not as bad. LeBron haters actually know basketball. LeBron haters are usually people that know the history of the game or people that really liked Kobe. They know a lot more about basketball. Like Skip Bayless knows a lot about basketball. He plays a character online, but he worked for the Bulls. I'd have to disagree, man. The LeBron haters are way smarter. LeBron lovers know nothing about basketball. They're all stat fiends that know nothing and have never touched the ball. So I'm afraid LeBron haters know basketball. I really think they do. Skip Bayless plays a role. He plays a character. But he actually somewhat knows what he's talking about. he loses credibility because he slights LeBron. No, I'm speaking as somebody who's neutral with all due respect, Raid, and I have my opinion. They do know basketball. They are so biased, Harmon, here. I feel you. I just think, yeah, LeBron haters are smart, bro. I've noticed that too. I used to think the same thing as you, but now that I've seen it, now that I kind of feel a LeBron hater in me a little bit, like just some things that really piss me off. Yeah, I can totally see why. I don't answer that question top 5 all time. I don't answer the question. If you want to find out more about me and my basketball history, go watch Is the NBA Getting Better and Better. I don't think Jordan's the GOAT by a long shot either. And that doesn't mean LeBron's second. I just mean other players in history. If Kawhi does this and that, get us out the second round. Raid, though, tell me this. Why do I have a disdain towards him? Why? There's a reason. There's a reason I do. And there's a reason they do. It doesn't just come out of thin air. You think we just do it to do it? Because he does things. Because the media overrates him. Overrates him. I swear to you guys, man. I'm going to just say this right now. I'm not even going to go into the specifics of if you know, what's it called? Skip knows nothing but MJ. I wouldn't say that's true. I really think that's disingenuous about Skip. I just think that because they dumb down the show, they make him talk about it. Here's my thing. You cannot convince me. You cannot convince me. And as great as he is, and maybe there's my thing though. If you think LeBron is better than Mike, I better hear that Kareem is better, and I better hear that Magic and Bird are better. Because all that, like, if you actually consider like winning and like actually prioritize winning at all, like, bro, you watch Michael Jordan play basketball for like 2 games. Like, if you actually watch him play a game, you laugh at the media comparisons. Like, they're actually hilarious. Like, it's just so stupid. They do it on purpose for views. You guys are believing like hook, line, and sinker. Like, I swear. But anyway, I love Blake Griffin. Nothing changes. I don't care where Kawhi would go if the Clippers lost. Kevin Durant is not a top 10 player of all time. Jordan faced bums. Well, that's where I feel you, Raid. Hey, I think LeBron, as of the last ring, because of the 4 Finals MVP, technically can be as high as 2. I really do. I really do. If you haven't won, that means that you need to be an all-around guy. But anyway, I don't know. Somebody asked me about him. But anyway, that's it for tonight. I'd have to really disagree with you, Big Bum, about Bird and Magic not nearly as impactful. I really disagree with you. They're not as ball dominant, maybe not as statistical stat padding, but if you watch them play basketball, I don't know how you can say that. I truly don't know how you can say that. Jack Sikma is not a top 5 player of all time. He's great, though. I think LeBron has a case for the GOAT in ways. I think he's done things that other people haven't done. It depends on what your criteria is. And by the way, it's Tim Duncan and it's not close. No, he has not faced more competition. What are you talking about? Only in the finals. He's played in the worst East of all time. Get out. Hey, thank you. Bro, time out. You can't be talking about no poverty franchise. You were a Warriors fan, bro. You were a poverty franchise. You got lucky with Steph. Anyway, yeah, LeBron stacked the deck. Don't give me that. Come on. Michael Jordan built from the ground. His team lost 3 times in a row, and he persevered and fought. Phil Jackson, Scottie Pippen were nobodies before Mike. Come on now. All right. I'm out. Peace out. I appreciate you, Dominic Quirante. I never seen you in the live. If you're a new fan, I appreciate you for joining. Peace out, y'all. 33 minutes. That's on the dot. That's Larry Bird's high school number. Don't disrespect the Bird, baby. The first time, Raid. The second time he bailed because he drove Kyrie out. Oh, my goodness. And plus, at that point, he had shown that maybe stars would be able, like, he was able to get Kevin Love in that trade. You know, and you never know. I mean, if he could have, at the stature that he built up, whether he could have got more guys to Cleveland, but bro, he knew what he was doing going back there. Anyway, once again, I don't blame him for leaving Cleveland the first time, but the way he did it set repercussions that he would feel the pain of. And if you deny that, you're making excuses for him. Anyway, that's peace. Rodman did win a ring before Jordan on some great teams. And Dennis Rodman wasn't an all-star with the Bulls. Anyway, yeah, that you got me. You know what you're saying, CWE. But anyway, let's not do this again. Peace, guys. Yeah. Hey, let's put Michael George. You ain't saying anything with that LeBron stuff because Kawhi's not in that class, man. You're talking about career stuff, Johnny. You're not talking about the actual basketball player. Career-wise, LeBron is definitely the best small forward of all time. Like looking at his old resume, definitely. Bird didn't play long enough, but it took LeBron three. He took him a long time to even equal Bird. It took him what 13 years to get the three, and a bunch of different and three different teams to get the 3 rings, or two different moves. Larry Bird came in when they were. Good answer. I'm gonna end it at that. All right. Nope. Raid, bro. Don't give yourself away, my guy. Don't give yourself away. The Boston Celtics were 21-61 when he got there. Yeah, I know, Johnny. Once again, I'm not saying LeBron should have won the first tenure, but I'm just saying one team. Anyway, yeah, transformed into a 60-win team. Come on, and plus, Mikal, great bench player in the beginning, but Tiny was older. Not clear-cut superstars. Yeah, they got him talent afterwards. That's true. That's true. Anyway, that's peace out. But once again, yes, I agree. I agree with you, Raid. I agree with you. But once again, this has nothing to do with the actual player. We're not talking about the actual schematics of things and how they played. Good job, Johnny. That's at least you acknowledge it. Bird has a debate. Bro, I think Bird may be the most all-around player of all time. If you look into his game further, off-ball and on-ball dominance, just amazing passer, really good rebounder, really good pass. I mean, all right, yeah. No, it's not there's nothing to debate, guys. I mean, once again, I can't talk about Bird when I watch. I haven't watched Bird like I watched LeBron. I can tell you all of LeBron's tendencies and all that stuff. I can't tell you the same about Bird like that. But anyway, that's it for me tonight, guys. Peace out. Hey, anybody that's sleeping on Bird, you need to go pick up some tape. Yeah, I'm not buying that Tim Duncan. Kevin Garnett. No, because he's white. There we go again. We have another guy that's doing it to Bird because he's white. No, LeBron and Magic Johnson are very different. Very different. Wrong, Jonathan Villagrán. Go watch Who Is the NBA Getting Better and Better. That talent Blaken statement is always made by people that don't know history. Go see the talent of the 80s and see how good they were. Go see it. All right, dude, 89. No, it is a debate. It is. Oh, my God. Here we go. Oh, absolutely. No, someone's getting butthurt. Go watch Is the NBA Getting Better and Better. You can keep thinking what you want. Go see the actual facts of it. No. Yeah, Luka Doncic is so good, though. Bojan Bogdanovic is so good, though. But Larry Bird, no way. Anyway. All right, peace.